Hi, everyone. Welcome to the presentation here on international convergence in responsible AI based on quality data pipelines contained in trusted sources of truth. And this to be achieved through fair OLR. Fair OLR as data curation, data that is findable, accessible under well defined conditions, interoperable, reusable, and also owned in locale under regulatory compliance. My name is Mirjam van Reisen. I am a professor at Leiden University Medical Center in Fair Data Science and Tilburg University in International Relations, Innovation and Care. And it's my great pleasure to welcome you to this talk today. The topics that I'll cover will be on the convergence in principles that guide the data handling. I will go through two applications which can show the power of this new architecture. And then I will continue how we can bridge our science by applying these guidelines and then what impact we could have with that. So let me start then with the convergence of principles and focus today on the convergence between the EU General Data Protection Regulation, which came into force in 2018, and the Chinese Personal Information Protection Law (PIPL) in 2021. This came into force, and there is really a lot of convergence around both the procedures for consent. And the importance of the data subject in this, the specific responsibilities that are assigned to the holder of the data, and the extra territorial jurisdiction as well. So in the EU context, this is linked to now a whole set of guidelines and regulations, GDPR on the data protection, the EU AI Act on responsible AI, and the EU Data Act, which sets a very strong set of expectations on the data holder. And then EU Fair Data, which is the set of guidelines that I would like to say really applies this to the situation of both science and services in ensuring that data is linkable even when federated, and with the principles of findable, accessibility under well-defined conditions, interoperability, reusability, and regulatory compliance with ownership in localized federated holdings. So, is this new? Well, there is a very fast uptake in this now, but this is the result of at least 25 years of work since 2000, when linked data work began. 2014, the inception meeting of FAIR at the Leiden-Lawrence conference, SOLID, starting together with 2018 GDPR on the protection of data in personal pods, EU adopting fair data for science in 2000, and the 2025 conference that I will feature at the end of this talk. The international convergence really centers around the key concepts of data holding, data visiting. The algorithms go to the data holders, and data linking, because the data instances are well curated. And I will speak a bit more about that as I go through two applications. The first one is in data of patients and looking at health risks. Here you see in blue a sovereign place, and in red another one. They are under a different regulatory system. each health facility is a data holder, has different um, has different catalogs of data, and these can lead to insights within the health facility for better treatment, and also can be modeled across, but that depending on permissions provided for that. And through unique identifiers, the patient data can also be linked across the facilities, and personal data are also very well protected as is necessary. Well, this leads to a one entry patient data setup. This pipeline is also called FAIR by design or de novo verification, and allows for multi-pronged data usage, where the same data is operated on for different purposes. This is the underlying work that needs to be done. The data entry needs to be accompanied by machine actionable translation in JSON LD that structures the data, and RDF that links the data, and also semantically enrich it so that the meaning of the data becomes clear, and is not only available for humans but also for machines. The data is then stored in a triple store and is then available for queries under permission conditions. The data creation process has both a structured element and also allows creation of data ontologies if they do not exist in that specific meaning that is sought to reflect a data instance. The analytics are federated, and the query is operated on the holding places and aggregated from those that provide permission for access. The FAIR OLR process can be characterized by three distinct tasks: the data creation and curation, the services operated on the data, and then the layer that provides insights, the user experience, and we call it the intelligence layer. Again, you see this here, which we have set out here as a federated health data space. On the bottom is the data creation process, a single copy, machine actionable data that is semantically enriched. Services are carried out over this data to expose them. And then there is the user experience and intelligence layer that is at the top. Here we have the same infrastructure, but for different domains. This can be used not only in health, but different domains, and create interoperability across domains. This is our own journey in the research group of Vodan on the federated FAIR patient data production. We started in 2000 and have delivered a full architecture this year. So on different dashboards at different levels, different insights become available. Here you see the linking of all the participating health facilities in very different situations. Also linked to data here of patients outside those health facilities who cannot access them, but still here research data was obtained on the exposure, the incidence of COVID in this population. This use case here is operated on the patient data and identifies pregnant mothers with syphilis that urgently need treatment, and clinicians are alerted to these specific risks. Here the risks are in combination with other aspects of these particular patients for the assistance of the clinician to make better decisions. And again, here this is also for support to decision making, where here interoperable data is connected, data in the local storage of the health facility on the patient data, and then the wearable data generated in remote places in the home situation of this patient, and these two data flows are coming together, brought together for the definition of risks of particular patients that need attention. How sustainable can we believe this can be? There is a lot of work in the data curation process. The holding places also can benefit from that, but we also need to find a pathway of getting these services covered. And this could be done by allowing the data under strict permission controls to be used by third-party users who can gain new insights into this data, and which could be very good for further research, development, insurance, activation, etc. Here we have looked at a possibility of using this data reused for patient risk detection and allowing point of care decision making to be improved for better health outcomes, but also the policies of ministries of health to be better targeted by improved insights at that level. The second use case example is a very different setting here for vulnerable populations, refugees who are asking for a more secure situation to hold and share information. So in this setup, a solid, secure pod is created for very safe holding of personal data, including data that might expose certain risks that the refugees have experienced, as well as an exchange layer in which they can choose, under permission, to exchange certain elements to humanitarian organizations. In this case, insights are shared on trafficking incidents and giving insights to the support organizations on particular events, particular places that are at risk, and allowing a better situational understanding of places where populations are exposed to serious risks. And again, here we have a setup in which the data insights can be reused by the supporting organizations and researchers in order to give assistance to the population at risk. Now, how can this help us to bridge our knowledge in a scientific way? So here we are looking at the fair data points of data generated in a scientific context. This is the fair data point of my university, Leiden University Medical Center, and colleague universities, with here the index of all of the fair data points. This is a fair data point with catalogs of studies of my colleague, leading all the way down to the data set itself. Permission can be asked in this facility. And it also provides insight in the data so that there is a possibility of seeing if this data is of interest for a particular researcher. So the impact that we are looking at is, we are midway now, 2025. We have set up all of the tooling necessary for the creation of the Africa Health Data Space, and look in the next 5 years to expanding that, both geographically with our colleagues in Asia and Europe, and also in including more partnerships together with other scientists and also private sector actors. We're looking at bringing all of this together in 2025, and would like to invite you for the April 24th and 25 conference on fair linked data spaces of the Solid Symposium at Leiden. And we hope that this has given some insight in how impactful data infrastructures become feasible with international legal frameworks converging, and strengthening the power of edge computing in decoupling the data holders from the platforms and strengthening the responsibility of the data holders as trusted sources of truth, and creating in this way ethical pathways to responsible AI. We have shown that there is increasing evidence of widespread employability of data visiting across domains. And we also hope that we have shown that this can be implemented across different data sovereign places with different regulatory frameworks and with full personal data protection. And we hope that we have encouraged many of you to the possibility of advocating for an impactful transition towards ethical, responsible data spaces that will help strengthen the responsible AI um, future. This is the group of my colleagues who have contributed to what I have shown today, the Vodan PhD group and group of supervisors, the EPA PhD group, the LUMC, and the research master thesis students of the Leiden Institute of Advanced Computer Science. And yeah, I thank you very much for your attention. I really appreciate it. And I hope that you can find some further information on these links, and never hesitate to contact any one of us. We look forward to hearing from you. Thank you very much for your attention. Thank you.